Dave, let's talk about spending. Why can't Canadians stop spending money?
It's tough. I mean, we're wired to spend. We really are. We want what others have. Back to prehistoric times, everybody wants us to spend money. In fact, in the book, I talked about how nobody is in your support group for saving. Your kids want you to spend. Your spouse often wants you to spend. All the businesses out there want you to spend. The government wants you to spend. The banks certainly want you to spend because then they can lend. That's a pretty formidable team up against you. So you have to have the self-discipline. You have to put things into place that can avoid human nature. But it isn't easy. I've never said it is.
You know, what makes it so interesting that there's this overspending problem is the high debt levels. We have historically high debt. We have many warnings about how people are getting into trouble, and yet people cannot contain themselves. What advice can you give them?
Well, a couple things. I don't think that many people are getting into trouble in terms of default. That's one of the problems. With a low interest rate environment, you can really subsidize a lot of debt, unfortunately, and get past it. Plus, the other thing is people aren't making principal payments. They're using credit lines so often with no principal payments. So the servicing is quite affordable, except it squeezes out their savings. So, I mean, the advice is very basic. You still have to live within your means. And you have to remember, anything you take off your line of credit or on your credit card, it's not your money. It's the bank's money. You have to pay it back, both principal and interest at some point. And interest rates can go up, by the way. They're not locked in here forever.
In your new book, The Wealthy Barber Returns, you have some advice for people to help contain their spending. Four words that you can use. Explain what they are and how that can help you.
Well, I told a buddy of mine, he asked me, he said I was spending too much money everywhere I went. And I said, you have to start saying I can't afford it. And he actually got mad. And he said, that's the dumbest, most straightforward advice ever. Give me something a little deeper, a budget or some psychological, whatever. And he started using it. It was extremely effective. And I wrote about it, and a lot of people have picked up on it since. And truly, we've got to get back to that. Income is finite. Resources are finite. It's not an admission of failure. You have to, on occasion, say, I can't afford it. I do it.
All right, just say, I can't afford it. Thanks, Dave.
Exactly. My pleasure.